Okay, so this is a demo of my social network API. We're going to go over the routes of the backend. So if you've cloned a repository, we can go and run npm install. I've already installed it. So after that, you'll run npm run seed just to seed the database, just for testing the data. And then after we run that, we're going to run npm start just to start the server. And so after that, we'll go ahead and start testing the routes. All right, so the first one, we're going to go over the user routes. First off, we can get all users, so we'll do that. We'll send that. We can get all these users right here. There's 5 users, and then each user has one thought and one friend, just for testing purposes. And then what we can do now is we can actually get someone's specific information. So we'll go with, let's do Chicken Lovers 45. We'll grab his ID, and then if we want to get all of his information, we can put that over here, and so we can see that this is his email, that's his username, and we can actually see his thought. So his thought is, I love chicken so much, and then a reaction right here is username Aiden says, I totally agree. And then down here we can see Jimmy123 is friends with, is on Chicken Lovers friends list. And now if we want to create a user, we're going to go ahead and use this user pineapple2020 with pineapple2020@gmail. We'll go ahead and send that, and that's now created. We'll grab this ID, and then we can come up here and we can actually use that to grab that user. Right now his thoughts and friends list are empty because it's a new user, but we'll add stuff to it later. If we wanted to change his username or change any of the data, update a user, like if we wanted to change his email, right now I'm just going to change his username to, I don't know, something like Apples 2020. Oh, I messed that up. There we go. And if we send that, oh, I needed to update his ID. So this ID, if we wanted to update that specific user, what we'll have to do is in this URL, we'll have to put his ID. You can see that modified count is now 1. That means it's actually modified. And if we go over here, his username is Apple2020. So if we grab that user, we can also delete a user. We'll put his ID up there. We'll hit that, and this is the user we ended up deleting. If we get user by ID again, we can see that that user no longer exists. We'll go ahead and create that user again, just to make sure that we'll add thoughts and friends to that list here in a second. So right now, actually, we'll do friends. So if we go to this post request, we can add a user right here. So that's the user we wanted. We just grabbed that ID from Pineapple2020, and then what we want is we'll grab him a friend. We'll say Chicken Lovers is going to be his friend, so we'll grab his ID. We'll put it right here. Send that, and now if we go back up here to Pineapple2020, you can see his friends list is empty. If we send it again, now he has a new friend, Chicken Lover 45. If we wanted to delete a user from his friends list, we can kind of do the same thing. We'll grab Pineapple's ID, and then we'll grab Chicken Lover's ID. And so what we're going to do is we're going to delete Chicken Lover from Pineapple's friends list. So we send that again, we can see that it was there, and now his list is empty again. So that's the users and the adding friends to the user. And then thoughts, we can do, it's kind of the same as users. We can get all thoughts. Here's all the thoughts from each user. And so every user right now only has one. So snowboarding is the best sport is from Jimmy. And then each has only one reaction right now. Like in this one, Nicholas the Cowboy says, I like skiing better. And then it kind of goes down. There should be 5 thoughts and then one reaction for each thought, and each by one user. If we wanted to get one of these thoughts by the ID, we can go ahead and do that. So if we want to grab this snowboarding one, snowboarding is the best sport, we can get that by the ID. So we'll send that, and we can see that we get just one thought. And so we get snowboarding is the best sport, and then we say Nicholas the Cowboy says, I think skiing is better, so that's the reaction. And then we also get this format time. We get that in the other ones as well, but format time is our virtual from Mongoose that we can change this date into a more readable date. If we wanted to create a thought, we'll need the username. So if we go up here to the user, Pineapple 2020, we grab his username. His username's right here. And he wants to say that fruits are way better than vegetables. If we send that, and we go up here to the user again, his thoughts array is empty at the moment. But if we hit this again, you can see that he now has a thought in here with no reactions at the moment. If we wanted to update a thought again, we can do the same thing like he missed. Right now it just says fruits are way better than vegetables. If he wanted to say fruits are way better than vegetables and then say my favorite is pineapples, he could do that. So we would need that thought's ID. So if we wanted this thought to be updated, we'll grab that thought ID, we'll put that up here, and then it'll update that thought text to here. So if we update that, right now it says fruits are way better than vegetables. If we send that again, fruits are way better than vegetables, my favorite is pineapples. So that's the update. If we wanted to delete that thought, same thing, we'll grab that thought ID, we'll go up here, we'll make a delete route and then send that. This is the thought that we did delete. And if we go back up here to the user, you see his thought is right there. If we send it again, his thought is empty. So reactions go within each thought itself. So if we wanted to add a reaction, we'd have to get a specific thought. So for instance, if we create this thought one more time for Pineapple 2020, he doesn't have any reactions right now. But if we wanted to create that reaction, we'll get the thought ID, and then we'll get Jimmy123 as his username, and he'll say I like vegetables more. If we wanted to add that reaction, we'll go up here. Right now, again, reaction list is empty, and now you can see that we added that reaction, I like vegetables more, from Jimmy123. And then if we wanted to, same thing, delete that reaction, we'll do kind of something similar. As we'll grab that thought ID, put that thought ID in the first ID slot, and then we'll grab that reaction ID right here, and we'll do that. And then if we send that, now that should have deleted that reaction. If we go up here again, we have the reaction, the thought, all within Pineapple's thoughts list. If we send that again, we can see that we still have the thought, but now his reaction list is empty. So yeah, that's the end of the reactions and the thoughts, and that's all the routes that we have for the social network API.